morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is U13 Small Crowd of U13 Studios, and today I want to talk about how to thrive and survive in gray zone warfare. In the description, there will be a link to GZW TAC map. That map there will have every location of every stash spot, firearms crate, gear crate, med bag, med crate, etc. I suggest you check that out. And also, you can draw on the map. You can also map out your loot runs and your task runs, or you can combine the two. It's a real helpful map. And oh, FYI, if I was anybody, I would suggest to go to Amazon or to your local computer store and get you, if you have two monitors, get you a third one, a little small 15.6-inch monitor. I call that the TAC map monitor. I have it set up. It's just a monitor specifically in front of me that has the TAC map just sitting there. So I have everything mapped out. I have my loot runs mapped out from point A to point B to point C to point D. And I incorporate my task in that. In this video here, I did some of that. It's a long video. It took me 2 hours. It was a long loot run. I was down like 50,000 because I had to spend 25,000 for a particular key. So what I did was I just said, let me spend at least about 2 hours and just get up to about, my 75,000 actually got up to 80,000. So I got my 25 back plus. But anyway, that's how you should, that's how it's done with the TAC map. Like, you can organize your runs very well, and it's very fun and enjoyable because you have it organized to where you know what you're doing, you know what you want to get, and it's cool. And also too, if you want to, by having it mapped out like that, like having your loot run / task run as in, as a course, actually you can go to a cop and come back. Like, if you get too heavy, which it is very possible, you can get greedy, but you can be greedy when you're confident. Well, anyway, besides that, you can, like, when you do it that way, it's so organized to the point where, like, you can get full, and if you can't take some of the stuff back with you, you can come back to the area because it's organized. That's the best way I put it. When it's organized, it's more efficient, and you can just go straight point A, point B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. So that's how I suggest if anybody gets the game, because with every major update every 6 months with the game, they do a character. So all your progression is gone and you have to start all over. I don't want to have to keep doing that. I want to do that. I want to do all the tasks when 1.0 comes out, because at that point, when 1.0 comes out, I'm going to be so annoyed and so tired. Like, I kept doing it so long, I don't even want to do it. Like right now, I don't even want to do it because I've done it so many times. I'm not going to do that. Wait for 1.0 to come out, and if a task is in the area of my loot, then fine, I'll incorporate that task into my loot. That's how I do. I do loot runs and then I incorporate the task if I'm in the area where the task is. Then fine. But other than that, I suggest you do that because you need tier 3 gear, because you will stumble into tier 3 areas unbeknownst to you while you're out looting, and you won't know that you're in a tier 3 area until they start shooting at you. And in one of my other videos where I was talking about another game where I was sniping, I'm about 300-400 meters away. These guys is hitting me in my damn leg. So AI here is very formidable, and they move like they move like players. Like the speed that they have, they move like players. So it's really hard to tell almost the difference between them, especially if you do PvP. And there's a player that took some gear off a dead guy. Um, yeah, it's gonna be real hard because the movements is crazy. The only thing is AI is a little bit more simple. So the only way you would really be able to tell that you're coming up against a player, not an AI, is how they maneuver. Like AI still doesn't maneuver how we maneuver, like how we can think and fly like that. But it looks like they're working on them pretty hard to the point where that's changing because it's been a few times I'm like, wait a minute, first one was that AI. You know what? I'ma just shoot. It is what it is. When that happens, that's in PvP. I mean PvE, not PvP, PvE. Because it's also why I don't like doing PvP because I shoot. That's why I just stay in PvE because I don't want to get that tag on me of, because as the game progresses and they get to 1.0, you kill enough of your teammates, you become persona non grata. And you'll be factionless, and you will basically be a bounty for any and all factions. You will have no home. You will have nothing. You won't even be able to get gear. You will have to farm gear off of their bodies. It's going to be that type of thing. And I can't wait for that to happen. Because definitely going to make sure I don't kill any teammates. But that's the best way to thrive and survive in gray zone warfare. Just loot and get the best gear. You can play 6 phantoms, the M2s, get gunny, handshake, banshee, turncoat, and lab rat to level 4. Really, handshake and gunny are the best ones to get, the first ones to get to level 4. Once you got them at level 4, you good in the game. Really, everything else is just, you just doing everything to just be doing everything. But once you got gunny and handshake at level 4, you good in the game. Only thing is, you will want turncoat at level 4 because you get the big delta backpack. So you can haul a lot. And then he has the belt. Yeah, he has the belt. 4-slot belt. You would want to get a turncoat up and Banshee because of the MCX. Yeah, at level 4, he's got the most modded out. Did it at once. Artisan, like I said, for Artisan is Artisan. I treat her as somebody where if I have extra amount of keys, I just sell her the keys. So, that's just extra money. If she doesn't really offer you money, there's only one task I believe she'll offer you money, and after that, that's it. You don't get nothing. You just get weapons. Sell a weapon. And the same thing for Banshee too. Just get weapons. In turncoat, you just get weapons. Seller weapons, with the exception of Banshee. Banshee has a lot of good weapons. That's all for Gray Zone Warfare. Just do the loot runs, and if you're in the area, just check the map. Make sure that if there's a task in the area, just do it. Maximize your money, but you need that tier 3 gear, just in case you get into tier 3 area. Because also, I purchased 2 DDM4s, but And while I was looting and doing a lot of looting, I was able to loot a bunch of parts where I built me a all blacked out DDM4. And actually, that one that one that I built is pretty sick. I just like it because and I can hit pretty far out with it. I almost put a 20-inch barrel on it. I was like, but that's not going to work, you know, because when I get building this, you know, handle. So I just put I think I put a 14 or 16-inch barrel on it. Yeah, I think it's a 16-inch barrel with a 12-inch RAS on it. So yeah, it's pimped out, it's kitted out. It's very accurate. Um, yeah, that's all I say. That wasn't in one of my videos. That's not it, but you see it in this video. It's a very accurate gun, and I suggest people, yeah, when you start looting, yeah, just start mixing and matching parts with your gun builds. They actually come out a little bit better, better MOA. Sometimes they come in sub. Not too many of them, but you can get it there. Anyway, that's it. All right, peace out, small crack.